Howdy y'all, hopefully y'all are having a fantastic day. Today we got pull. It's a little early in the morning for me. It's like 9 a.m. I'm not used to going this early, but we are leaving for New Zealand today. So gotta be back to be able to go catch the train. But still want to get a lift in before this 11-day break. So we're gonna go hit the norm. Might do that machine lat pull down that I was talking about in the last pull day, just to spice things up a little bit. I'll try it like a lighter weight and see if I want to do it. Hopefully the gym isn't too busy this early in the morning on just like a Tuesday. But I've got a peanut butter and honey sandwich for simple carbs and sugars. Then throw in this on. And we'll pretty much be getting going. So yeah, besides that, we'll see y'all at the gym. Alrighty, so starting off this workout, we have good old underhand pull downs. Now I know I tend to start out my workout with these a lot, but you know, you can never go wrong with good old reliable. Now with these, really making sure that when I'm going up, first of all, of course, getting that full stretch in that lat and pulling down rather than back, as you want to be pulling. I mean, it's just like a pull-up, you know, or a chin-up, I guess, if it's underhand technically. But when you're pulling down, you pull straight down, you get that full activation of the lat one, where if you pull back, you start activating more of that upper back, like mid-rear delt kind of action. We want to avoid that. And then that's also what the wrist wraps assist with. They kind of help in taking everything and putting it into the lat rather, so that I'm not worrying about that grip strength part of it. I can really just hook on and focus on the lat pulling and then, you know, doing the movement. So I highly recommend using wraps if you have them. Well, okay, so this is if you want to focus a muscle more, like if you're not too concerned about like testing your grip strength while you're doing the workout, I highly recommend you use wraps, because that really allows you to take your hand, like the hand aspect out of it. I mean, of course, you still gotta use it a little bit, but it focuses a lot more of that movement into that that lat. And then today, spicing things up a little bit, we decided to use the lat pull down machine that was there. Now, I have had shoulder problems for a long time, right shoulder, and not necessarily like painful, but it does make it so that it's like more loose in its socket almost. It's a lot more loose. Wow, that was a really bad stutter. Apologize for that. It's a lot more loose than my left arm. So while this machine I like and it's really good, if it wasn't unilaterally made where each handle moves independently, it would be a lot better for me. But I don't think I'll be using that the rest of my time on here in Newcastle. Again, not because it's bad, just for me, I personally prefer something more together rather than unilateral. Now, if I was doing just single arm, it would work fine, but I'd rather just do cable lat pull downs single arm if I were gonna do them. And then spicing it up a little more today, we're actually doing some, what's it called, the Bayesian cable curls on the back and bicep day, because I'm leaving for my second trip to New Zealand and I'm not going to get another arm day in. So got the Bayesian cable curls because they're one of the best you can do. I wanted to get that in before I left. Those went really well. Happy with how it went. I was actually using, so there's two cable machines and then they're next to each other. So I used one cable from each machine to do it because one of the cables was taken on each machine, so it worked out pretty well. It is a little bit closer, but I don't think that has too much effect. I still felt it in my biceps, how I normally do. And then moving on to honestly one of my top, maybe even top favorite workouts, some single arm dumbbell preacher curl. Now with these, I haven't felt consistent necessarily. I would say like if I start with them, I can get 14 kilos for every rep, for every set. But if I do not start with that as my primary like bicep workout, it doesn't end up happening. So I believe for this one, I start out, I believe I get 8 for my first set, but I do believe I don't get it for the second, so I end up dropping it on the third. I believe I get 6 on my second set. But always with this, again, you should be doing a weight where you can be comfortable getting almost fully extended. Like you should be able to get fully extended with whatever weight or you're using. Like I don't think it's necessarily like a necessity to lock out every time, but you should be getting damn near lockout with the weight you're using for that full stretch of the muscle, in my opinion. That's what I like to do. I do tend to, when I get tired, maybe fall a little short of that. Like there, I probably could have gone just a tad bit more, but you know, you got doing the best, you know. I mean, and again, it's not like the biggest necessity. It's just, you know, the more depth and stretch you get, the more your muscles are gonna grow and improve. I got 7 for the second set, so there you go. Also, got a big old thing of Sprite Zero here. It's actually cheaper to just buy the bigger bottle instead of all the little bottles. So, because this is $1.95 Australian, which is probably like $1.10 American, maybe even less. No, it's probably about that. When the like the individual bottles are like, I don't know, $10 to $12 Australian, which just this is better. So, but moving on, reverse wrist curls. Now, this is one of the lifts that I've really noticed affected by the cut. I really felt like when I started working out here that they started to like not skyrocket, but increase like pretty good. But as soon as I started like, you know, really hitting that stride with the cut, definitely could feel losing the weight a little bit today. I was just losing the weight a little bit. And then, I don't know if I've mentioned this yet. I mentioned it to my buddy. But I think one of the reasons why my wrist hurts is because I've been doing my wrist curls too heavy. Oh yeah, no, actually, little spoiler, this voiceover is recorded actually after I'm already back from New Zealand and whatever, because you know me, always behind on videos, so I'll drink to that. I don't know if I might have called this Coke Zero. I meant Sprite Zero, if you couldn't tell. But I'll bring it up in a future video. That's why I really need to get caught up, so that I'm not like overlapping myself with a lot of things I talk about. Anyways, wrist curls could be a lot lighter, do them a lot better, so that I think that'll help take away some of that pain in the wrist. But anyways, posing going pretty well. I've been looking more into what I need to be doing, and I've been focusing a lot more on now the supplemental parts of the posing, I guess. So whatever the main pose is, you know, just making sure you're doing everything else that goes along with it. Like I'm starting to get better at that. Of course, I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but that's just where we're at right now. And yeah, I really need to get those love handles cut off. I'm at like I'm consistent right now with how I'm losing weight. It's not really fast. I may look into maybe even cutting my calories down a little bit more. It might get better when I'm back in America and I'm working my job again, so I can be spending a little bit more money on food to kind of get the better options. But the cut's been going pretty good. I think I could step it up a little bit in like cutting a little bit faster, but again, it's something I didn't want to completely rush. This is my first time like truly fully cutting, and I want to make sure it goes well. And then as I learn what works and doesn't work for me, then I'll keep growing from there. Or well, shrinking hopefully, but you know what I mean. So yeah, almost passed out there. And then yeah, those love handles just gotta go, you know. It really does take away from the whole physique, and those are definitely going to be the hardest like challenge to overcome in this cut for me, I believe. And yeah, I think a lot of my weight does sit in my gut, you know, waist area, so just working on that. I'm really happy with my lat growth. I know lats are a huge point of focus for me. I really like working on the lats, and I think they're starting to look good even without like all my weight cut off that I want. I'm really happy with how wide they're looking. We got cardio for you guys, and I'll see y'all back at the apartment. Alrighty, back at the apartment, and you know what? Something I've been trying to decide as of recent is, as you know, over these like voiceover sections, unless it's like the one over the workout, I like to have music just really soft in the background. Hell, maybe it's too quiet, you can't even hear it, which would be kind of embarrassing. But okay, yeah, hat's staying on. I want to know if you guys like me constantly, because I like try to make it different every time, and I don't know how I'm feeling about it anymore. I kind of want to maybe look to choosing one song and sticking to it. I just felt like variety was freshening it up a little bit every time, but now I feel like it's getting a bit too much. Or maybe I just cycle through a few, or maybe every like, because I work out 5 times a week, maybe I have 5 different ones for each workout. I don't know, maybe I'll look into that. But I do want your opinion on that. Overall workout was really good. I know, again, this is recorded in the future compared to this video. I was really happy with how this went. It was a good workout to end off on in terms of my going on vacation. and the vacation really benefited me, mostly in terms of my shoulder. In terms of my thumb and wrist, it didn't really heal as much as that first vacation did. But yeah, I've loved the progress I'm seeing, and to be honest, I'm not exactly at a point where I'm happy with what my content looks like right now. I'm not saying it's bad. I still like what I'm putting out, but like I know it can be better. So I'm brainstorming what I can do, and of course, as much as I hate it, I do have limitations on time. Like, don't get me wrong, while I'm here, now that we're done with school, I only have one final to study for, and I'm gonna have a lot of free time when we're not like going out and doing stuff, but I don't want to get into like find something I really like, but then it turns out it takes a lot of time, because when I get back home to the US, it's gonna be like, I'm gonna have a lot going on. I got my beautiful girlfriend that I'm gonna be back with finally after 4.5 months. It's been really hard. That has been probably one of, if not the hardest things I've ever had to do, is be away from her for so long. And we even celebrated our 4 years abroad, which I felt horrible about, and we're gonna celebrate it when I get back in person. But and I'm forever grateful to her for supporting me, for supporting my trip and my want to explore the world. So excited to get back to her. Anyways, I'm gonna be really busy when I get back, so yeah, I just gotta figure out what works, and we'll just have to end up seeing what that is. But regardless of my format, and if you guys like it or not, as always, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.